Om. Namaste. Hope all are happy. Many have been initiated into the Sarvakala Diksha ever since the initiation has happened a few days back. In fact, a couple of days back, many YouTube community members have called and expressed their happiness, their blissfulness of having enjoyed the life transforming Sarvakala Diksha. We were not in a position to upload the video in Hindi due to some technical reasons. This also has served a different purpose. Many members missed the Sarvakala Diksha because the video was deleted or removed from the YouTube system by us, owing to the commitment given to Mahavatar Babaji. He wanted us to give as a flash and remove it. As a result, we had to put the video. Those who have seen and those who have enjoyed, who got benefit, that's all. After 10 minutes, we had to remove the video to respect Mahavatar Babaji. Keeping in mind that Mahavatar Babaji may give permission for us to give the initiation, again, if so, then we will be uploading that particular video in Hindi. Due notice will be given, you can enjoy it. Till such time, all those who have missed are to remain as missed and hope for the best. Hoping for the best always brings some good results. Grace of Mahavatar Babaji will befall on everybody. Let us all wait and watch. May come shortly or may come little later. We do not know. However, when instructions come from Mahavatar Babaji, we will at least give you 3 or 4 days of advance information to all the YouTube members as well as WhatsApp group members. Recently, a question was raised about a particular chakra, the Mooladhara chakra. Among the Shat chakras, the Mooladhara chakra is the first chakra where the Kundalini Vasuki is coiled and dormant in every being. Our question was, when a human being is coming into contact with the Vasuki, the Kundalini Shakthi, the Mooladhara Shakthi, getting awareness through a guru, getting enough knowledge, they are able to raise the Kundalini, and if by chance the Kundalini travels through the other 5 chakras and finds a way to Sahasrara chakra, where the Shiva Shakti combination, Shiva Shakti assimilation, or the Shiva Shakti unification takes place, by virtue of which the individual goes into a blissful state of life and enjoys the enlightenment at least for a few minutes, or if not, few seconds. Now, after the unification or after merging of Shiva and Shakti, Kundalini Shakti merging with Shiva, What happens to the Kundalini was the very prominent question for which we wanted an answer. Why we have posed this particular question with the members is in the name of awakening the Kundalini, a one-day program, a two-day program, if takes place somewhere, if some members go and join out of enthusiasm, out of interest, out of bhakti, out of achieving something, out of getting enlightenment, out of enjoying a blissful state of mind, if a Kundalini Shakti is awakened without the proper knowledge being poured into the mind, in the heart and the brain system and the whole being of our members, of any interested members, then such a member can get into lot of problem in their life. For example, these questions are very, very important in order to awaken the Kundalini and take the energy to the Sahasrara chakra. We have taken almost 1 year for bringing in or imparting knowledge through topics named Kriya Kundalini Awakening and Kriya Kundalini Jagrana. The purpose of spending 1 year assumes much more importance. Any abrupt or urgent plan to awaken the Kundalini, the initiated members could face severe problems. We need to have 100% clarity about the Kundalini, because Kundalini Shakti is very powerful, very dormant, in sleeping mode right from the birth, in some cases even before the birth. For example, if in our previous life our Kundalini has not been awakened, is not been touched, then we will have to count upon those dormant period also. So this is a very serious subject. People cannot make mockery of it. There are courses, 1-day initiation course, 2-day initiation courses. People should not join and get into serious problems. One hint I can give you, if the Kundalini energy goes through all these other 5 chakras, reaches Agna chakra, in Agna chakra, the Kundalini will get terminated because the Agya chakra cannot take the energy to the Sahasrara. We have been discussing this. It is the Sushumna Nadi which collects the information, which collects the experiences from Agna chakra and transports or imparts the knowing and knowledge to the Sahasrara chakra. For example, the Kundalini energy comes out of Surya Nadi. The person who was initiated so could become extraordinary intelligence. That kind of intelligence would not have developed on earth as of now. Whatever that person speaks cannot be understood by anybody. Maybe he will be or she will be speaking in our own language, but we may not be understanding the formula or the methodology or the way or the kind or the specifications or the explanations given by such persons. That particular person will think that we are too much backward, or we may think that person is not talking some sense. It is like someone had spoken to us 100 years back about a laptop, 100 years back about an iPhone, 100 years back about a smartphone, or 100 years back about any such extraordinary rocket or any such technologically advanced research products what we are enjoying as of now. In the same way, if the Kundalini Shakti comes through the Chandra Nadi, that person can become a lunatic, a mentally retarded vegetable. Whatever he says, whatever he does, will not have a proper coordination, and he will have no sense of what he is doing or what he is speaking. In order for this not to happen, we need to know more about the Shat Chakras and the qualities of the Shat Chakras, including Mooladhara Chakra. Understand? The Kundalini Shakti, when it enters the Sahasrara Chakra, will carry brilliance of energy. How when there is sudden rain, the lightning happens in such a way, the brilliance of lightning will happen in the Sahasrara Chakra, and that lightning will contain the components of three gunas or the three qualities. After piercing the unmanifest, the lustrous abode of Shiva, which is in the form of Bindu, or the transcendental center, and which is seated in the midst of the eternal bliss, surrounded by bliss, surrounded by bliss, surrounded by bliss, and nothing other than that, having divine nectar and having the brilliance of millions of moon, sun and stars. And the Kundalini returns to the Mooladhara Chakra at its base seat. One has to find out the distinction between smelling the food and seeing the food, or seeing the food and eating the food, or hearing the name of the food or reading the name of the food. There is a very thin layer of distinction which we need to understand. This is the reason, and this is the reason we have been repeatedly and repeatedly appealing to each member, increase your awareness. Unless we increase the awareness, things are not going to happen. Okay? Nothing to worry. Through mistakes only we always learn. We will learn and come out fine out of mistakes. Okay? Also, when you are moving the energy, the Kundalini Shakti, from one chakra to another chakra, how long a person will stay in one particular chakra is also a question to be determined by the how much karma we are going to wash out, or how much karma we are washing out, or how much karma we have washed out, how much burden we are carrying, how much burden we are willing to shed, or how much karma we have already shed. All depends on this. For example, about 5 members are joining for a Olympic running race. All will start at a given straight point, 0 level, and after the 1.5 or 2 minutes of given time, out of 10 members, each member will be found at different points. We can assume in this way, the members' movement from one chakra to another chakra depends upon the characteristics and the conditions what we have described above. It is not a condition, it is an opportunity given to us to move from one phase to the another phase. There are at least 3 chakras which are the greatest obstacles, very difficult to cross them and go further. We will discuss about these 3 chakras which are or which could create hurdles after hurdles for us to grow and reach the gate. So these 3 chakras, what we will be describing little later, are also connected or associated with Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra nadis or granthis. And the psychic blockages are called linga. About this we will talk little later. Let us not get confused. Once the Kundalini Shakthi touches the Sahasrara chakra and creates a brilliance of light, enlightenment happens. And once enlightenment happens, we know the sthiti or the native or he or she knows his or her limitations, her powers, her condition, who she is, what she could have done, what she has done, what he could do, what he could have done, who he was, who he is going to be. All such answers could come bit by bit, little bit by little bit, and it will be thrown into us. After the blissful state of Kundalini Shakti touching the Shiva, the Kundalini Shakti comes back to its seat of Muladhara Chakra. Very simple. We have discussed several times that time is circular. In the same way, the Vasuki, the serpent, also is circled and coiled. So, it has to start and come back. So, in an analog clock, after 11:59 a.m., then it becomes 12. And it comes in a circle. It doesn't go in a linear. Exactly, the Kundalini Shakti goes to Sahasrara Chakra through the left side and right side of all the chakras in a circle, in a motion, in a upward motion, and it touches the Sahasrara Chakra and comes back to the seat of its seat. How do we understand this? Members can ask, once we got enlightenment, why do we need enlightenment? Let us see. You have a remote to illuminate your house. You wanted to power save, energy save when you are outside. So you have lit only one small lamp or a bulb outside your house, and the house is in dark. The house is very beautiful. You have gone out. You have gone out at the time of sun was available. You are returning after the sunset. Now, when you near the house looks little dark. What you do? You take your remote and press the remote, the entire house gets illuminated. If you do not have a remote also, you enter the house, switch on all the lights and the light illuminates the entire house. How long the light will be illuminated? When you go to bed, you will have to switch off. Is it or not? One cannot remain there. The world famous Mysuru Ambavilas Palace, which attracts lakhs of people every year, is so beautiful. When you go and stand in front of the palace, you will be mesmerized. But if you go around 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning, with the sunlight, the palace looks so beautiful. But if you wait for another 12 hours, the illumination with electricity lighting happens, and no two eyes are enough to see the palace. But how long the palace will be illuminated? Just because the palace has been illuminated, it looks very beautiful. Once the illumination is taken away, the beauty of the palace is not reduced under any circumstances. Yes or no? So once an illumination happens, once an enlightenment happens, a fraction of the second enlightenment happens, you know, you got the message. You got to know who is who, what is what. It has happened. Now in 1969, Neil Armstrong put his foot on the moon. He went to moon. Did he stay at moon? After making that world-class achievement, where was he? Has he not come to earth? He has gone to the Sahasrara Chakra and again come back to Mooladhara Chakra. Energy of rocket taken him from Mooladhara Chakra, assuming it is earth. He goes to the Sahasrara Chakra, the moon, puts his foot, walks on there, and after some time he returns to Mooladhara Chakra through energy. Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, both first and second person are both at a time touched the top of the world's topmost mountain, Mount Everest, in 1953. How long they stayed there? They touched the Sahasrara. After achieving it, they came back. That one energy is sufficient. That's what they did. The Kundalini Shakthi going and touching the Sahasrara Chakra is a climax. How long the climax will stay? Very few seconds. An husband and a wife, a male and female enter into a sexual contact. There comes a climax period. How long the climax period will last? Once the climax is over, they come to normal. The more understanding we throw to ourselves, the more understanding the God and Goddess, the divinity provides for us. In each case, in each question, we will have to submerge and we will have to dissolve and become a question. Then the answers can be obtained through our trillions and trillions of cells. That is the reason I have been repeatedly speaking about the trillion cells, the 37 trillion cells. Why repeatedly it is coming? Each cell itself is a one universe. Each with bubbling energy, each communicates. In a corporate organization, 35 responsible employees or the officers or the managers are working in the corporate decision making. Everybody has to speak in a single language. If a product has to be delivered to an important customer, if one manager says, I will deliver by 20th of this month, another manager says, I have a doubt, another manager says there may be delay, another manager says inputs are not available, another manager says we will import and give it to you, another manager says if you fail, do not blame us. What will happen? All cells in our body has to speak the spiritual knowledge for which we need to have more and more understanding, and more understanding comes with more and more awareness. more and more awareness comes with more and more involvement with your Guru. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha.